Hi, this is Dan, the Realty Man, coming to you from beautiful Ocala, saying hello to all my friends there on top of the world. And this is your monthly video, especially for the villas. Well, you know, it's been a little chilly out here so far in this area. But hey, how do you like this picture? One of our friends sent that from up there in North Carolina. How do you like to be living in there? I don't think so. I'm actually allergic to snow, maybe you are too. So we're so glad to be down here. But what has the market done so far in the month of October as far as villas are concerned? Well, let's take a look at the information. And once again, if you stick with me to the end, I'll show you the lowest price one that sold, or what sold for the lowest price, and the highest price over there in the villas. Now, as we look at this information and compare it to last year, it seems to be going on a trend over here. Notice, though, that there's 67 villas for sale right now over here on top of the world. Now, 11 properties are under contract at this point, and 13 sold last month. But notice the difference as we look into the report here. Last year, the average price in October was $191, $110. Now, this year, it's $178, $664. Friends, that's over a $12,000 difference from last year to this year. But notice now, as we go down here a little bit, even though the average listing price right now is a little over $178, those that went under contract, those that have a contract but haven't sold yet, there's 11 of those properties, and those properties were listed almost $9,000 less for $169,900. So it's telling us that price makes a difference at this point. And the average time on the market was 66 days until those villas went under contract. But now, if we take a look at what's sold, because sold really tells us what buyers are willing to spend at this point, there's 13 of them that sold last month. And the average price of the property that sold was $168,800. Now, if we compare that to last year, notice that's a $25,000 difference. So from last year to this year, we can see the difference in what is sold as far as villas are concerned. And the square footage isn't that much different from last year to this year. But notice also the time it took to sell. Last year was only 38 days. This year was 78 days. So that gives us an indication of really what's going on in the villa market on top of the world. Now, year to date, an interesting statistic, year to date, there's 122 units that sold, 122 villas that sold throughout the year so far in 2005. But an interesting statistic, 72 properties, now 72 villas were either canceled, withdrawn, or expired. Now those ones there, they wanted to sell, but they didn't. Now some of them may have came back on the market and eventually sold or are available now. But that gives us a little bit of the information of what's going on right now in the month of October. And, the closer we get towards the end of the year, the market's going to slow down a little bit, but there's still going to be people out there buying or selling. If you want information on a particular property, give me a call, text me, email me. I'll let you know the information about that property. As a senior real estate specialist, I'm only one of a very few that holds that degree. Only 4% of realtors in the country hold that degree. So I'm here to equip to help you if you want to sell. And I also contracted with a couple of large real estate promoting companies that will actually help my listings sell faster than others. Well, what about the ones now that have sold as far as the lowest price listing? Well, here we have one. It was listed actually at $149,900, not a bad price, $149,900, and that actually sold for $135,000. So not too bad of a price there for an 1,100 square foot unit. But notice that unit took almost 206 days to sell. The unit that sold for the most amount of money, well, that was over on Southwest 90th Place. A larger unit, over 1,800 square foot. That one there, it was listed for $229.9, and it sold for full price after only 7 days on the market. So someone was out there looking. This was a very nice unit, 2-car garage, and someone ended up purchasing that unit out there in 7 days. So kudos to the person that had that listed, but properties are moving, just not as fast. So if you want to be positioned right, your property will sell. Well, if you know of anyone I can help, or if you have any questions yourself, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope you found this information informative, and if you have any questions, the Realty Man is here to help you. Have a great day, stay warm, and hey, have a great day. Bye now.